Greetings, and welcome back to the MCOC Encyclopedia. Today, we will be covering the brain of the Black Order, Ebony Maw, the degenerating, faltering, degenerating, power-stealing, and degenerating mystic monster. We will be breaking down all his abilities and the best ways to defeat him. For bespoke advice from me, or if you just want to chat, feel free to join the Discord linked below. Right, let's jump in. Ebony Maw, or just Maw's, ability are centred around his persuasive voice. Maw will become focused after 7 seconds, and then he will start inflicting persuasion charges on you every 0.6 seconds. Whilst Maw is focusing, he will reduce your ability power rate by 60%. Each time these persuasion charges cross a multiple of 20, Maw will inflict you with a falter debuff, causing you to miss all attacks for 3 seconds, and this is raised to 4 seconds against Cosmics. Once you reach 100 charges, Maw will inflict you with a Black Tongue passive. This reduces your power gain rate by 40% from all sources, and gives Maw a 40% damage increase. Maw has 3 missions from Thanos to complete each fight. These are 1. Nullify any buff from the opponent. 2. Inflict a power steal effect. And 3. Cause the opponent to miss. Each time a mission is completed, Maw will inflict a very large degeneration passive on you, but Maw can only inflict this degeneration once per mission per fight. It is, however, rather unlikely that you would survive all 3. We will cover exactly how to avoid these later on. Maw's medium attacks and his 2nd, 3rd and 4th light attacks do not make contact, and hence cannot be parried by the majority of champions. This can make getting your openings very annoying. His first light attack is the only one we can get a parry stun on, so reparries are very effective here. Finally, against non-science champions, Maw will cause all guaranteed crits to miss. So that's Corvus, Ghost, Mole Man, all out. Can't use them. Maw's special attacks have their annoyances and are worth a look. The special 1 will nullify 1 Fury, Cruelty or Precision buff from you when activated and on each hit. If Black Tongue is active, then it can nullify all buffs. If no buffs are nullified though, Maw will give you a Fury buff for 10 seconds. While this may seem nice of him, the buff does not increase your attack by a single point, and now there is a buff on you for him to nullify next time he uses a special 1 if he does so within 10 seconds. This would complete his first mission. The special 2 is where a lot of Maw's offensive damage coming from. Each hit inflicts a large passive degeneration, and if you are faltered, it inflicts 3 instead. If the final hit lands, any falters are also refreshed. None of these effects trigger through block, so if you aren't confident dexing this tricky special, just block it. The special 3 will drain all of your power and give Maw a power gain buff, gaining 40% of the power stolen. But as always, special 3s are best avoided. Maw's signature ability comes in 2 parts. The first is that every time you miss an attack, Maw will inflict a short and non-insignificant degen passive. This damage can add up very quickly. Secondly, and much less importantly, whilst faltering, Maw's opponent cannot auto-block, and Maw will gain increased ability power rate. Let's take a closer look at how Maw completes his missions from Thanos, as this is where a large amount of his unavoidable damage comes from. As a reminder, they are nullify any buff, inflict a power steal effect, and cause the opponent to miss. Maw nullifies buffs on his special 1. There is a nullify on activation and on each hit, so therefore it doesn't matter whether it hits you or not. And even if you don't trigger buffs naturally, Dex is a precision and so will count. He can also give you that 0-point Fury that he can then nullify himself if he doesn't nullify any buffs first time round. This is the hardest one of the missions to avoid, and it's unlikely that this one will kill you, so you might just have to sort of tank this damage and move on. Not ideal, but keep track of your buffs and maybe you can work your way around it. Maw inflicts a power steal on his heavy attack and his special 3. Avoid these, and he won't complete the mission. If he lands a heavy attack though, you will take some nasty degen damage. Pretty simple. Finally, Maw will cause you to miss on his falter debuffs from his persuasion. Maw will lose focus and hence stop inflicting persuasion if you knock him down with a heavy or special 3, so we can use this to stop him faltering us. This doesn't cause already inflicted persuasion charges to go away. They will stay there whether he is focused or not. Also, if Maw is suffering from a non-damaging debuff, his focused takes twice as long to come back, now up to 14 seconds. So, ideally, we are looking for an easy way to knock Maw down with heavy attacks and minimal buffs. So my answer for the best Maw counter is Wasp. Yeah, Wasp. She generates no buffs naturally, so we only have the Dex buff and more special 1 Fury to worry about, and she can combo into her heavy attack to knock Maw down constantly. Finally, she has multiple different non-damaging debuffs, so Maw's focus will always take much longer to come back up. She doesn't have the most health, so to be careful with that, but she is a surprisingly good option that I don't see talked about enough. Other great options include Human Torch, excellent damage versus Mystics, and above 10 temperature he cannot miss. Overseer has permanent non-damaging debuffs, and the stun on his special 1 lets you get in regular heavies. Mr. Negative, if you can play him well, he will have very high degen resistance and can actually heal when awakened. Cassie Lang is buff immune, and her shrinking allows her to get in easy heavy attacks. And finally Silk. She is very new at the time of this video, hence why she is lower down, but is an excellent Maw counter. In time, I think she will be the top option. She has easy access to heavy attacks and doesn't gain the Dex buff. The only thing you have to worry about is that special 1 Fury. Really, any champion can take Maw if you remember what to avoid. Don't miss, don't eat a heavy, don't get nullified. Knock him down with your heavies repeatedly to reset that focus timer. Buff immune champions are also an option to consider. Think Spider-Man 99, Titania, etc. And you will just have to handle the falter. So, Ebony Maw has missions from Thanos that inflict massive degenerations when completed, though only once per fight each. These are if you miss, if you are power stolen, and if you are nullified. Once focused, Maw will build persuasion charges on you. Every 20 charges, Maw will inflict a falter debuff that causes you to miss. First mission. At 100 charges, Maw inflicts his Black Tongue passive, increasing his damage and reducing your combat power rate. Heavy attacks and his special 3 will drain your power. Second mission. Special 1s will nullify buffs on you. Third mission. The special 2 will inflict large degens on you for additional damage if they make contact, so just block it. Any champion can work if you can manage the falter timer, though best options are champions with easy access to heavies and no buffs. I hope this helps you against your future Maws, and do let me know how your fights are going now. I'm currently working on 614 to continue the X6 run through, and I will put up another poll so we can vote on the next champion that we would like to see. I also have a Discord server now, so please do join that. I'm always around there, so you can ask me for help on pretty much anything, and we do have a channel dedicated to what you would like to see next. Thank you, and I will see you next time.